the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, nothing like some winter storms to change the complexion of a game before it begins, huh? We've got some snow greeting us for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, maybe 6 points too.
We're all set to go amidst the high-altitude snow here in Denver. And off we go from Denver. Johnson now on the return. Return's looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. And we'll get a look at a man who's been around the block quite a few times now in the NFL.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's throwing deep to the left side, and he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. So here come the Titans now to get their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by the longtime veteran at QB.
And he doesn't shy away from that spotlight. You can't in this league. If you're an NFL quarterback, all eyes are looking at you. When your team needs you in a crucial spot or down-to-the-wire contest, you've got to be the one who's got that steady hand to drive your team to success.
Back now, pressure on its way. And his first pass falls incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. Setting up the screen. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. Another try following the sack. Gets it to him on the screen. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Now they'll throw out of the gun. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing fourth down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Broncos get set to take over. First down, ball at the 36. Handoff now out of the gun. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 38. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you. Can't do it for myself. I go 0 to 100.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Slot receiver headed left. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back to the well again. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. He's going to throw this one. We've got a screen to the running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And that's going to pin them as deep as it can go. They're going to be set up inside their own 5-yard line. The Titans offense out to the field, ready for their second drive. They're looking at the entire field in front of them. A long drive ahead, Brock, as they start out very close to their own goal line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Handoff headed left to Brown. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So it's gonna be 3rd and short coming up. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's gonna throw. That one way too far up there, they can't connect.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
2nd and 10 now. It is caught left side. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. He just throws this one away.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two and 3rd down critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Takes this in at the 25. And he puts together a nice little return there before they're able to bring him down. Looks like he might break it for a minute, but still a good 14 yards on the return. And they're going to take over possession. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
We've finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. A couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Looking for a throw here. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Punt team on the field. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And that is how you pin a team deep. That hits and careens out of bounds at the 3. Out come the Titans for another offensive possession. And this weather, Brock, has been disrupting a lot of what both of these teams are trying to do. At this point, you gotta wonder who's gonna switch up their game plan first.
Yeah, when you practice indoors or out under the clear skies, you don't get a lot of this. It is coming down on them.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
He's got time here. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. You got a major fistful of jersey on that play, and it's going to end up costing them. Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll run here following the penalty. And only a minimal gain on this one to the 4-yard line. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this third down is unsuccessful. Now a give. It's Brown headed right. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's a gain of 2. They're left with 4th and 7.
This close to your own goal line, they really don't want to risk a sack. That means, well, one option, run it and buy whatever breathing room you can.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead, and that's going to award their offense a first down. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this first down. And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow.
You know, quarterback's going to count on 99 of 100 times completing that short, simple route to a tight end. But even the shortest and simplest of throws, they'll find a drop at some point, too.
2nd and 10, and they'll stick to the air. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Looking slant route, complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
3rd and long for him here. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Here comes the Titans punting unit. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he goes out of bounds after taking it up to the 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Only took him 1 play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's going to work his way almost to midfield. That's stopped at the 48. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Running for the marker on 2nd. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of a defense.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash your defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball could go right over their head.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos with a chance to break this tie. 3rd and 4 coming up now. He'll throw it. The screen pass falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback in his offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
And he gets back to the line, but no more. Throwing from the gun here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Throwing on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Punting muted out now. And he'll try to hit this one well. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They've got blackjack on the clock. Not a ton of time to use before halftime. Throwing it to start this drive. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. That one vehemently swatted away. So it'll be second down. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Denver calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Looking to throw. Finds him on the crossing route.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. He puts some power on a deep one left. Taking the deep shot there on first down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. So we've reached halftime. A rough one for a former quarterback like my partner to watch so far. Hanging there. We're scoreless at the break. Now we'll send you to our studios in Orlando and Jonathan Coachman for a look around the league with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say this has been a defensive slobber knocker through two, right? Maybe some points finally on the horizon as we resume play. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So to begin the third, it'll be the Titans offense we see first. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. First and 10 now from the 30. They motion a receiver left. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. Up to the races, middle of the field. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans take the lead right away in half number 2. Wow, great stuff there, Brock. He busted that one open, got downhill, and got in for 6. Huge run there.
Yeah, and this is how you break a game open. He found that lane, and he was gone. What a tremendous effort in the blocking scheme there to just spring him enough so he could take it to the house.
Extra point attempt coming up. Snowy weather, no problem for him on that point after. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. Johnson with a return here. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. The Broncos running their offense out once again. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Back-to-back carries here. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. They managed a single yard that time. They're going to have to solve 3rd down and 4. Setting up a throw. Setting up the running back screen. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hand off to the back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Connects on the crosser. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Broncos will have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 now from the 30. They're throwing it. Catch is made down the right sideline. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stump. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on first. Is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos start the second half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos tie this game 7-7. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. He spins right by him. And he'll get it up to the 44. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
He finds some space again. And he works this down to the 41. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Titans will have a first down. They give it to him again. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
He takes off left on this 2nd down. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
First and 10, it's a give to White. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. and you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Here's 2nd and 7. He's got it near the 10. Touchdown, Tennessee! The Titans take a third-quarter lead. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Titans kicking team out there as they get lined up and kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos returning their offense and this running back to the field. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lone back in the backfield and they give it to him. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 37. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. Trying to force one through there. So now they have 3rd and short.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
That's caught for the 1st. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. They'll run here on 1st down. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And a man is there to knock that away.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Pass play now. Connects with Johnson. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Broncos football. They're on a mission here. They trail entering the 4th. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Juke the defender. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Titans back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
This one misses the tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Running it after the penalty. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just 1 yard. Could have used considerably more. That's going to bring up 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. That one's cut along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So a timely moment for a big play, and they get the first on 3rd and 19.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Play action on 1st down. Caught by his back. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 48. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Throwing from the gun. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Still sticking with the passing game. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Clean breakup on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on second down. They'll throw it again. Has it downfield, working the left. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That throw behind his intended target. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Back to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
So on 4th down, they bring him out for his most important kick of this game. From the left hash, this would be 43 yards. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed a lead.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Johnson now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Broncos offense all set to go. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for and you go out and execute.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. From midfield now. This is reeled in by Jackson. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Broncos will have a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos trail by a field goal. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Setting up the screen. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. This is the type of performance a former quarterback just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos have taken the lead late. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. And it's good, so they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Titans ready to take over on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Ball at the 33 for first down. He'll look to throw it. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Fires right away, but incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Looking to throw it. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Desperation time here on 4th. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Broncos make the play that should win them this game. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Now we get a timeout taken by the Titans. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 2nd and 3 now. Another carry for him. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. 1st and 10 from the 41. Back to the well again. And they bring him down around the 34. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. The Broncos to a knee and let the clock run out on this win.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So to the side of me, mile-high salutes throughout the building. It's a win at home for the Broncos. And it might take these fans some time to get out of here with this wintry weather, Brock. Snow clouds definitely needed out there on those roads. They can take all the extra time to celebrate in the stands with each other, waiting to leave as their guys get the winter win. So for Brock Keyword, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.